Oh boy, it's the last week of Cancer season. And then next week, it's going to be Leo season. We're gearing up and getting ready for it. This is also the last week of Mercury retrograde, as next week it gets ready to station to go direct. So what's this week going to mean for us? Well, before we get into it, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Love all the feedback I'm getting and all of that for this segment especially. You know who I is. I'm Jeff. I am a tarot reader and a professional astrologer, professional in all those things. You know what I mean? And I like to incorporate the astrology and the tarot together to give us a good idea of how the hell we're going to handle our week. And I call it the midweek reset because it starts on Wednesday and it ends on Tuesday. Instead of going Sunday to Monday, I don't know, something just didn't resonate with me. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, that's what we want. But when we start midweek, we get like an overlap of the weekend and we still get part of the other week inside. You know what I mean? So it's not week after. I think you follow the formula. It works. Okay. So we've got a lot to talk about. And I'm really excited about it. But before we do this, I want to be able to clear our energy out. For some reason, this is going to be the thing. And I know why. Because with the astrology that's been going on for, God, I think since the beginning of the year, we have had these major shifts. Not only that, but the sun is also waking up. So we've got a lot of solar energy, solar radiation we're being bombarded with on almost a daily basis. You know, we're able to see the aurora borealis in places where we couldn't see it before. You know, and guess what that means? That is energy that we are also absorbing at the same time. And it's activating our DNA because it goes right through us, this solar radiation, this activation period. And that's exactly what this is. And we're going to talk a lot about activating this week. This is a phenomenal week. Please, everybody, stick around. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Let's clear our energy out. I got some Palo Santo. So what I want you to do, get comfy. Unless you're driving, you know, just kind of focus. Let's take a slow, deep breath in. Very good. And release. Wonderful. Take another slow, deep breath in. Let's center ourselves. Deep breath in. And release. Feel that energy cleansing your energy field. Because energy knows no boundaries, knows no bounds. Take another slow, deep breath in. And release. Very, very good. Very good. All right. Let's clear the table. And the cards. And the cameras. And the reader, especially the reader, because we don't want fucked up messages. All right, everybody. It is today, you know, it's recording day. So it's Tuesday, the 14th. A lot going on. It's the new moon. Happy new moon. Just because it's a couple days afterwards doesn't mean it's not legit, because this is the time right now when it is legit. So we're going to start the cosmic weather. This is when we go through the week and talk about the major themes that are shaping our lives on a week-to-week basis. And we do this with moon phases. Our moon phase for this week is going to be waxing crescent. We are going to be in a waxing crescent for most of the week until we get into the first quarter, which happens on the 21st. But we're going to talk about what we're dealing with here. This is all about growth. It's building momentum and it's taking action. Remember, on last week's midweek reset, make sure you go ahead and check that out. Why not? That's almost like a prequel to what's going on now. But I said, during a new moon, and this new moon is in Cancer, emotions, feelings, whatever that is, a new opportunity, possibly to release some old shit. Because when we do that, it opens up to new shit. Okay? So understand me with that. It's a water sign. So we have the new moon, and it's not a time right at the new moon to manifest. That's when we go in. There's no light at a new moon. That means the possibilities are there. You know, it's the universe with all of the infinite worlds and your worlds and the possibility of worlds, countless, endless possibilities of anything are all happening at that moment. We kind of reflect and take that in. We allow our subconscious or our mind or our divine connection to the universe, because we're never separate from it, to allow new things to come in, new ideas, new ways of approaching things, routines, whatever it kind of that new moon highlights in your chart, what house it falls into. Houses are zones of experience in astrology. And it gives you plants a new seed, time, but not at the new moon. A few days later, with this waxing crescent, which is all week, we have an excellent time to manifest. Say what you want, write it down, feel it. This new moon in Cancer, you have to understand this. In order to manifest things, you just can't say it. You have to feel it. And this new moon in Cancer is feel the manifestations you want to create in this next 28.6 day cycle. Understand me there? Powerful shit. Very powerful shit. Mercury is getting ready to wind down, go ready to sit still, which we call stationary, and then it's going to go direct again. Wonderful. So that means after this week, you can't blame Mercury for your fucked up life. Okay. I jest. All right. But yeah, so next week, we got a lot of things going on. We got Leo season popping off. We got Mercury finally going direct. Yay. And lots of things going on. But what this big highlight is for this week is what I'm going to teach you now. And it's called the Barbault basket. All right. What is that? We're going to find out. Is there anything else I needed to talk to you about before we switch over and do our little lesson? And it's going to be a great lesson because I don't know if you're aware of this. You may have been hearing it on TikTok. Be wary, but I'm going to teach you exactly what this means, okay? And it's profound. It's very profound. Just so you know, we're going to be closing out the week on the 21st with a first quarter. So this is when we're overcoming challenges and decisions and actions we take place, okay? We kind of work this shit out. And it works well with that phase because Mercury is slowing down to move forward. So we're finally in this redraft, the final redraft right now for how you want things to go with this new moon in Cancer, helping you understand that emotions purged and released brings in opportunities for new things, emotional connections. It all depends on where it is in your chart, okay? So let's go over to the tarot table because I am going to do a little presentation for you because this is the only way to do it, okay? And I thought about making a slide, but I thought it'd be more real if I just went ahead and drew it out, okay? So this is the big buzz this week. This is what astrologers are all up in arms about. And I'm going to explain to you as best as I can, okay? So everybody's talking about this right now, and it's called the Barbault's basket. And again, this is from the French astrologer André Barbault, okay? He predicted in 2020 by noticing cycles. Now, he's a mundane astrologer. Mundane astrology is the affairs of the world, countries, that kind of thing, politics, all of that. And it's studying the collective cycle, I guess you could say, all right? But mundane astrology is just, world affairs, basically. And in 2020, way before 2020, he predicted the pandemic, or whatever you want to call it. I hope nothing gets flagged there, but it was 2020. What happened in 2020? Because there was a Saturn-Pluto-Jupiter conjunction, okay? And he called this 2020 crisis way ahead in advance. And that's why we're paying attention to this now. There's the only reason why I'm paying attention to this now. So I'm going to break this down for you exactly what's going on here. Okay, so this is what we call a basket in astrology. And we've got an opposition here, okay? And it's reinforced by trines and sextiles. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to train you on this, all right? So this is what we call the rim, All right, this is the core tension. This is the top of the basket. It creates powerful polarization and tension because it is an opposition aspect. It's in opposition from each other. Pluto's in Aquarius and Jupiter is now in Leo. And all of these are at 4 degrees. We're going to talk about that also. Okay, they're all in early degrees, which is like a new phase of this kind of energy. So we've got this polarization, this tension between Pluto in Aquarius and the expansive expression of Jupiter in Leo. It's big, okay? Now we have the base, and this is like the harmonizing support of the basket, okay? These, you could say positive aspects, sextiles and trines, they're supportive, okay? So first of all, we've got the Neptune in Aries sextile. We got the base of this. Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini. So we've got a supportive aspect between these two heavy hitters. And of course, these are all the heavy hitter planets. That means that they affect us collectively. They do also personally, but this we're focusing on is the collective. If you want to know where it's happening personally in your chart, well, you know who to get a hold of, okay? I'm just going to throw that up there, right? Okay, so I believe that this is the start of a golden age, you know? I don't put many claims out there, but this is exactly what I'm talking about and what I've been feeling for a lot for the next 2 years, 3 years. So we have Neptune sextile Uranus here, okay? So this forms the bottom, the foundation of the basket. It's blending the spiritual, imaginative drive of Neptune and Aries with radical technological breakthroughs. That's Uranus and Gemini, all right? So now we have the left side walls, okay? And that's the Pluto sextile to Neptune. So they're all connecting together too. All of this is creating this circuit, all right? So this connects the far left of the basket here to the base, offering a harmonious outlet for intense Plutarian transformation and Neptune ideas. Things are transforming. So we're seeing transformation already. Then we have Neptune trine Jupiter. That's beautiful. And that connects the base up to the far right of the rim. It supports, creating a smooth flow of spiritual optimism and faith and grand vision. Beautiful, harmonious aspect. Trines are harmonious. Sextiles support. Okay? And they all support this. The basket would be a little weak if we didn't have those aspects happening. Now let's talk about the right side. So then we have Pluto trine Uranus. This connects the far left of the rim down to the right side of the base. Grounding, major systematic restructuring, intangible, fast technological evolution. I mean, this is just whoa. All supports each other with Pluto trine Uranus. Then we're going to move on to Uranus sextile Jupiter. That's 60 degrees apart, by the way. And it connects the right side of the base back up to the right, sparking sudden luck, innovative breakthroughs, and sudden societal shifts. Again, it's just this huge time for this week, and one launches right after the other in a 72-hour period. So in a 72-hour window. And I'm not saying this to be like, okay, so within that window, everything changes. Maybe it could. But this is a slow drip kind of energy. It forms, it builds, it projects. Okay? It's going to peak between July 19th and the 23rd. So the Uranus sextile Neptune aspect, this one right here, is the first one to kick off. And this is happening July 15th, Wednesday. Then we move on to the Uranus-Pluto trine that hits on the 18th. Then on the 19th, we have Jupiter trine Neptune the day after. So we have the trines happening. And then on the 21st, as also the first quarter phase of the moon, we have the Jupiter sextile Uranus. And we have this tension building. Okay? I'm not quite sure when it's going to be exact. Let me look at my notes really quick to see when it was going to be exact. Did I put when it was going to be exact? So this is the peak. You know what I mean? And, excuse me, with the 18th, that's the first exact hit. So it's not only that, it's powerful. It's multi-year. It's going to be running through 2028. That trine happens first. Oh, the Uranus-Pluto. Yeah. That's when it basically activates. So around this time, expect flashes of like insight into your own personal power. It's excellent energy. It's exciting because this is, Barbault was very, very, very optimistic about this time. This was going to be revolutionary change in power structures around the world. And it's all supported, even though there's tension at the surface of this basket, a kind of recalibrating. It's supported by all of this good energy. So it's almost like the tension that you see up front, there's a lot of support behind the scenes. You can look at that in your personal life as the same way. Although there may be a lot of tension in your life building at this moment, that is basically giving you the opportunity to transform your own personal power in your life. And you're being basically supported by these just radical spiritual kind of beliefs and movements forward. Movement forward. That's what it is. It's a fantastic time to be alive, Vibe Tribe. It really is, And this ends the cycle. It ends the marking of the end of this crisis cycle that he predicted for 2020. It starts a whole new era. And it's reaching its peak this week. I think that is fantastic. Okay? So, 4 degrees in your chart. See where any of these land. Okay? Look in the signs that they're in. Jupiter's in Leo. Uranus is in Gemini. Neptune is in Aries, and Pluto is in Aquarius. So the way I'm looking at it is this. Look at 4 degrees in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, all mutable signs. This will affect you a little bit more than everybody else. Also with fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So be aware of that. Look at the 4 degrees in these signs. Let me put that up there so you can kind of take a screenshot of it or write it down. But see what's activating in those parts of your chart, astrology students, and see how you can map out this necessary tension to create power and expand power. And it's supported by very loving, flowing energy here. It's sudden, it's deep. Again, these are all the outer planets, minus Saturn. Holy shit. And Saturn is in Aries, but it's just standing there. Kronos is just standing there, just the lesson teacher, seeing how this all unfolds. Again, its peak, this Barbault basket, is July 19th to the 23rd. Now, what I want you to do is to kind of let this sink into your subconscious. You know what I mean? It's tension, an opportunity to settle the tension between power struggles with yourself, with the world, whatever it is. And just know that even though it looks like shit's hitting the fan, it is being supported by a much better way that is going to come to the forefront. That's what brings balance to this energy. It's fascinating. That's the only reason why I do astrology, is because you can't make this shit up. And don't tell me you can't feel it in your life. Knowing that you are somehow supported by radical new ideas, doing things differently, releasing, becoming more spiritual, grounding, doing all of that stuff. Fuck yes. And it's transformative. And this is all about the collective. This is the world around you. Radical acceptance and change. You know, I got Jupiter camped out in my sign. And this collective pivot, it's arriving at the exact same time as my personal one. So I basically have this in my chart because my sun and my midheaven are at the top of the chart here. 8 degrees Leo. So it's 4 degrees right now. And this is in my 10th, my 4th house, my, what is that? 8th house? 8th house? 5th house, I believe. Yeah. So this is the tension between my personal shit, my personal power, finding that balance between the 10th and the 4th, working from home, putting myself out there, the opportunities available to transform myself. And I'm being supported by spirituality, by technology, by reaching you through technology. And it all comes back. And even though it's tension, because, everything right now, it can be difficult. Again, we got this personal belief. I can do it. My spirituality supports me. Technology also supports me. This is how I get through to you. This is how I get my readings. I do my readings online. I do it at my shop. I do it here in my house, so I've got this getting it right and transforming my life, and it's all being supported by the things that I'm using right now. You cannot make this shit up. How is it going to be for you personally? Let's have a talk about it. I'm available for readings online. I'm galactic. Anywhere in the galaxy. We just do it on Zoom. Okay? But isn't this interesting, great stuff? Let me know in the comments. You know what I mean? But how is this going to affect you? Everything's going to change, folks. And I want you to be optimistic, positive. A new golden age that we've been talking about. And let's put it this way, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because this guy, his predictions were accurate because he studies these cycles. That's the only reason why we are talking about it right now. Remember, if the information is coming to you, brothers and sisters, it's because I've done my research. And I would not be wasting your time or mine to give you some bullshit. You know what I mean? But this is the start of something big, and you've heard it here first. How can we work it into our personal lives? I'll tell you. You're being supported. Even though things are struggling right now, the universe wants you to know that it's got your back. There's a couple things you need to do. Understand your personal power. Take your power back. Expand your life. You're not stuck in wherever you are. You can always change at any time. Anytime. It's up to you to make that change. It's time to take your power back. Pluto is poking at you to do it. And yes, things look rough. We're experiencing that. But what's it all mean for you and me? Some people say, well, we're being tested. No, it's just not that. This is life. This is life. But there's so much more that you should be allowing yourself. And you're being supported by the universe. Get into spirituality. Meditate. Talk to yourself. Look in the mirror and say how much you are proud of this person. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I bet you $10 you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. Or you fucking You're just mindless, worrying about, you're brushing your teeth, worrying about the fucking day, which makes you spiral. You see what I'm saying? Like, you are being supported right now to settle this inner conflict within you by taking your personal power back, by knowing that you're not in this alone and that we could all do this together, one soul at a time. You can't go around and knock on everybody's door and say, let's change. You have to do it to yourself. You want drastic change in your life and in the world? Drastically change the way you look at it and the way you present yourself to it and what you owe to it, because the world owes you dick. You owe the world everything, and it's your reality that makes it. You're gonna be fucking down in the dumps. That's what your world's gonna be. See what I'm saying? This can start a whole new phase in your life where you're like, wait a minute. Neptune can be about illusion too, letting that go. And Uranus, shaking shit up. Tower moments, left and right. Powerful shit, guys. So that's what's going on this week. I mean, what else is there to fucking talk about? You know what I mean? So, again, go back and watch that. If you felt it helped, I hope it did, because that's the whole thing. This is important, the whole 4 degrees thing with mutable and fixed signs. So if you see your glyph in there, that's going to be important to you. That's going to be, you're going to want to check that out. And there's many ways you can get your astrology chart done. You can go to any free site and it will do it for you. Okay? But that's great stuff. So I'm going to kind of weave this into the tarot reading as best as I possibly can for each one of your signs. I'm not gonna enforce it too much. I'm gonna save that for the weekend, because most of this is happening for the weekend. So we're going to have a Barbault basket party this freaking weekend. But yeah, maybe that's a good idea for you to just have a good time. Is let's have a Barbault basket party. Let's transform. That actually sounds like a really good idea. I think I'm going to do that. All right. So everybody, I know that was a long-winded thing, but it was very educational. I hope it was inspirational for you, because we're winding down. Mercury is about to go direct. No more miscommunication. We're at the drawing board. You know what I mean? We're getting things right. And then this energy, this supportive energy comes in that kind of balances out the struggle we've been going through. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. And I don't want to get too, toxic positive. But you have to be. That doesn't mean you ignore the shit you got to deal with. That's not what I'm talking about. That's giving you the strength and the power to do it. And to say, fuck yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking advantage of this energy. And I'm going to make my dreams come true. You know what I mean? Good shit. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching that. Okay? Make sure you check out your midweek reset, always Wednesdays at 10 a.m. The freaking weekend is going to be available Fridays at 10 a.m. May go live, I don't know, but subscribe. Don't forget, we want to get to that 10,000 plus subscriber list to join the Vibe Tribe. And that's another thing. I'm doing members only videos and behind the scenes and card pulls for you guys and lives for members only. And of course, I'm going to still do it for the channel, but I'm going to actually offer more for the members. It helps support the channel, and I want to grow this community that we're growing, and it's fantastic. So welcome new members if you just joined. Again, you won't be sorry. And it's a cup of coffee a month. I'm sure you could spare that. You get what, 1 or 2? Throwing $7-8 at these bitches. You know what I'm saying? All right, everybody. Listen, powerful week. Follow that advice, use it in your personal life, and let's start with everybody's sign, and let's start with Aries. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you all.